Let's see. Home for me is Arkansas. Um, that's where three of the four kids are. I have another one in Oklahoma. I do visit her when I can. They are military. So she's been in Hawaii. That's the only reason I got to go to Hawaii. Let's see. What else? What else we got? I guess that's me. That's me.
You want me to go?
Yeah? One more.
There you go.
Hi, my name is Diane. I am new to Camper Van Life. I'm not a full-time camper. I am part-time. I decided that I didn't want to be a couch potato when I got older. So my business allows me to work on the road. I am a sommelier with the Court of Masters, certified.
My best friend.
I've been in the booze business for about 25 years, and what we do is we do marketing and promotions all across in retail chains, mostly in Texas. I thought that it would be a great idea to get a van and go up and down the West Coast and visit all the wineries and, camp out overnight and maybe even pick up some part-time work from time to time, seasonal. So that's the plan. I'm pretty new. I got my van in November in Tucson and named her La Cuesta. So I'm learning a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to answer any of your questions about van life, but if you have questions about bourbon or wine or tequila or something like that, I
Okay.
can probably help you. But as far as personal life, single, no children, 2 dogs, and if you're interested.
Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, raise your hand if you're a full-time vanner. So I'm going to assume the rest of you are part-time. Another question, any of you girl camper members?
Not yet.
Thank you. Okay, I'll just really quick, just so you know, girlcamper.com is where you need to go to if you have any questions. I'll answer that afterwards. We've got guides in every state, but it's a whole different thing. I, too, did not build my van, but on Girl Camper, we have a lot of videos where we've done things with people. We can talk about them, but we're here to answer any questions about traveling solo. We're here to answer any questions about where do you pee. That's usually the ones we get when I do these things, especially for women. If you own a Shewee, I love it, don't you? I see you shaking your head. If you don't own a Shewee, you need to get one. So then you can be a girl camper like a guy and go anywhere you want to. So let's open up the questions. Do you have any questions for anything about solo camping, about your vans? Have you found ways to incorporate your work into your van? We're happy to take anything, and we can go from there, or we can throw out the first question. So does anybody have anything? Nothing? Go ahead, please.
Okay, so I am questioning whether I want to do full time. So can you tell me like what really inspired you to go full time? And I guess two-part question: what was the best benefits, and like what was the thing that you wish you had known before going?
Chrissy, did you hear that? Because you're my full-timer.
Oh, well, okay.
Well, no, I think what she's asking about working.
So I am full
Wait,
time.
wait.
And
I am full-time in the RV, but when I run away from job site, I will pretend to be full-time in the van. So there's a difference. I'm with him in the RV, and then I'm by myself in the van. I will tell you my favorite is by myself in the van. I love it. I love it. It's me and 2 cats. So can you just remind me?
What's something you wish you had known though before kind of being full time, or I guess even for part time? Like what is something that like you discovered that
Oh.
you wish you had known before?
When you have a grandchild on the way and you're not there, and he's literally born when you're here. So I have still 8 days before I get to see him. But that would be one of them. Yeah, that would be, yeah.
We'll let her
Yeah.
answer.
that's it.
So the question I think is what one thing would have liked to have known?
What you wish you had known?
Yeah, now that you're in a vanner, that you didn't know now.
Actually, to tell you the truth, the one thing that was a surprise to me when I really got into the van life is the community. It's so strong. Whether your community is the people who have similar vans, or it's the community of women. It's whatever you find to be your tribe. You know, I just feel that you just, I don't know, in normal society, I don't feel like we have that anymore. You know, we used to have little small towns and very, you know, civic oriented, and I don't know that that's true as much as it used to be, but it's still true in van life. It really is. I mean, it's not a negative that I found, but a positive that I found, and I think it really says a lot for the people. You know, we're like-minded, so of course you're going to get along with that, but it's surprisingly strong. So.
I am a list maker and a person who prepares extensively before I do something. And as far as being surprised, I'm such a preparer that, you know, and I am shocked sometimes by how people act. But as far as being surprised, no, I don't really get surprised. But I guess if I was to think of something, it would be I am grateful for the number of people that I run into who are good people. Generous, giving souls. And you hear so much on social media, the news, you know, be afraid, be fearful. That bad guy is out there. Somebody's coming after you. I went to one of those shops that sells rocks and has stuffed animals all over and dead things and antlers and, you know, everybody in there, I'm sure, packed a gun. And they said, well, don't you carry a gun with you when you're out there? And I was backpacking at the time, and I was like, no, water. Guns are heavy. I need water. And, I mean, being by yourself somewhere and then being in need and somebody comes to your rescue, a stranger, I have found that to be the norm. You know, that I can say I have run across a guy who, as he approached me, he was dressed like a trail runner. I guess, I don't know if you know what a trail runner is. Has the lightweight shorts and the running shoes, and he had the little backpack thing that he carried his goo gels in. And as he approached me, I had that feeling. And you as a woman should have that feeling. When you're approached by a man that you should not talk to, stay away from him. And I just had that feeling. And it wasn't like in my spine or my neck, just a feeling. And then my dog, who I had with me at the time, Powder, she started growling. As the man got closer, and I had to pull her into me, but she was growling at him. And then as he passed us, went down the trail, and my girlfriend Laura was behind me, because I can hike faster than her uphill. He passed her, and when we met at the top of the hill, she said, "Did that guy give you the creeps?" I said, "Yeah." So pay attention to that feeling.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid, and be ready for the generosity of others.
Perfect. That's good. You know, that's really true. I think, especially as women, let your intuition kind of guide you. But so the question, actually, for me, the answer for the young lady, and thank you, is to bring it about what would I wished I'd have known ahead of time. Is when I started out, I really didn't belong to a group. So for me, it was Girl Camper. There are many other groups out there that are very collaborative, and they're a nice community. So for like Jody, we're both Girl Campers. We were just in Texas for a camporee with 130 other ladies, and we built a nice community. And like at Peace, Love, and Vans, which I absolutely love, I met a beautiful young lady named Suze Peterson. She's from South Africa, and she van camps in Europe. So, you know, I think it's when you start to meet people. I'm a very outgoing person. I literally can start a conversation with this pole, and she can confirm. Oh, Christy, I met at Peace, Love, and Vans last year, and we talk almost every day sometimes. Betty, I didn't even know until you came to one of my campouts. Or no, you went to Kristen's camp. I didn't show up because I was somewhere. I didn't have. Another one of the girl campers for Nebraska hosted it, but Betty was there, and I had to do another function. So, so you get to know people, and that's part of it. So that's the answer. The other thing is, for me, I YouTubed every from where to get water until I started realizing where all these apps were. You know, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I am not mechanically inclined. If I need help, I don't have a problem asking, but I'm watch as to who I ask. So I don't know. Does any of our go ahead?
On the mechanical issue, I'm getting a lot of the just simmer down, little lady.
Oh.
Because I'm trying to learn the mechanics of a van that's working, and there's some things that aren't working. And on the build-out experts aspect, I'm having specific issues. And man, I'm just getting bullshit because I don't have a penis. And I borrow one of your husbands to be the forefront. Like I feel like I need a male puppet doll to talk to these guys.
Well, this is a terrible thing to say. Strap your shiwi on. And tell them if that you don't get the answer that you want, you're going to use it. I'm not mechanically inclined either. Do you have the answer? Okay.
I have a question when you're ready to switch over.
Okay, mechanically inclined. I will have to tell you that I have to Google a lot of things. She's the DIYer, and there are a lot of people out here that are. So depending on what the mechanical issue is, if it's the engine in my ProMaster, I'm going to have to go to a garage. But if it's my Victron inverter, I will Google this. I use ChatGPT. Now, I got to tell you, sometimes it's not always the right answer. You've got to be a little bit thinking about it, but I've gotten some good answers. Mechanically, I can't. Anybody?
Does the girl camper support that?
Yes, we do. We have a lot of videos. There is a new app coming up, and I think it's more for vans, and I'm sorry, I wish I could tell you more because I just talked to the young man, where it's on-demand service for questions where you pay. Again, I don't know anything about. I grew up in I'm close to 70. Having a computer, I love it because if you can push a button and I can get an answer, I will push buttons all day long. But if it doesn't work, and I'm done. So the app is supposed to be an on-demand so that you can ask questions. Are you aware of the? Okay, so then I don't know when it is, but I'm sure we'll all hear about it. Maybe van lifers can put together that on-demand app because we all come from ProMasters, Fords, Sprints. What's the other one? Travatos. Whatever. I don't know all the name brands, but if we had that kind of database where we could just call into, be perfect. Okay.
I'm also learning volts, watts,
Yeah.
amps, all those terms.
Germs.
Words. My son is a mechanical engineer. My husband is also very mechanically inclined, as he is stripping out his Camaro, 71 Camaro dudes, and putting in all new shiny engine and transmission and parts. But I have a book, I have a manual for everything, and if I can download it, I download it.
Yeah.
And as I go along, I write stuff down. But if I do have an issue, I'm lucky. I did find a woman who has her own mobile RV service business. And in fact, I'm meeting her on Wednesday to help me with a circuit breaker for my inbound solar. And find that person in your area to help you. But keep the manuals, write things down as you learn them, because you do, you're like, makes sense, crystal clear, and then 5 minutes later,
It's not crystal clear.
So, yeah, it's a learning base. And and then you've got two things. You have a house and you have a vehicle. So, yeah, it's a big curve.
Yeah, I started like 2001 in a bigger RV, but I lived in it for 18 years. And I did find when you have a mechanical problem, you study it, you look up. I didn't have any kind of internet or anything like that when I first started, but now you do. So learn everything about the problem you had. And then when you go to the mechanic, you have a little ammunition.
Yeah, that's good answers.
Use your intuition.
The question was, the question that she asked was, she asks for help for mechanical things and she gets,
Simmer down, little lady.
yeah, she gets downgraded because she's female and she's asking a male. So she just wants to know how we handle something like that. And there's many answers. The last one was,
The last one was use your intuition, and also make sure, now that you have this internet capability, make sure you get all your ammunition in there. You read up on it, you know what's going on.
Yeah,
you have some kind of
good point.
answer before you go talk to them.
All right. So this lady had her hand up.
I just wanted to let you know there are some training classes for women on how to maintain your RV. And I wish I could give you more information. It's Susan and somebody that's a blog.
There's a school in Tennessee.
I never thought about this.
But are you talking about your RV or your van? Because I have an RV, a travel trailer, and I've taken that course. But we're talking about the van side.
Yeah, I made the mistake of going to an RV.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend going to an RV dealer for that. I would stay within your
Dealer, but
whatever. Yeah.
Those on-demand places, it would be great if you would list the good ones, because the bad ones, what they'll do is they will just keep asking stupid questions over and over again to make your time go out.
and then you have to jolly well smack them around a bit.
Oh,
Or wear your shoe in.
But also, what you gotta do is, they'll drag it out and make it harder to quit, because they get your credit card first, so please.
no. That's not how that works. The RV that you're going to be able to dial into is an app where you pay some $15 a month, and you are able to hook up with them via your phone.
So what I'm saying is list the good ones, because there are ones that I just described.
Yeah, there are ones. And I probably wouldn't use the credit card one. You know, the other one is you could call Van Lifers and ask to recommend. We've got a wonderful data source,
Right, that's what I'm
right,
saying.
with Peace, Love, and Vans.
Good. List them on your stuff. Oh, so Peace, Love, and Vans would list it?
Yeah.
Not
Or
Girl
you,
Camper?
no, Peace, Love, and Vans. A Girl Camper can't hold that kind of database. We're only out to get you out on the road. We'll help you get the road.
Yeah, just the name.
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, just a sec. Okay. What? Sorry.
I just have an answer that hasn't been said.
Okay.
So for mechanical stuff, I think it's really good to cultivate some contacts with mechanics that you trust. You can talk to other people, you can go online, find the ones that you know can work on your vehicle, and then try to get your scheduled maintenance and stuff done consistently with that place. And I've actually got a list of some in different areas where I go. I know if I am anywhere near St. George, Utah, I know where the best mechanic is for a Sprinter van. Not everyone will work on my type of van, and so like knowing this is a good shop, this is a good shop, these are people that will work on my van that I trust. If something comes up when you're out there on the road, some people really like the services like AAA and some
I love that Sprinter one that was good. I had a Sprinter.
Look for that, talk to people, where do you take your van, who has treated you like a human being and not, try to rip you off. And then for the house part of the van, like the build out stuff, I go online for YouTube and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm like finishing a tiny house while I'm living in it. I have no construction background, and I can do all kinds of shit. A lot of it is just look it up online, and then a lot of patience.
Okay. Yeah.
You'd be amazed what you can do. Whatever it is I can tile, I can lay
Yeah.
hardwood floor, and I'll go on.
Well, that's the problem is that, we need some time in between so I can pass it back there. But to get it back and bring it up, we're going to take, so what she's saying is to cultivate enough businesses that you keep a database so that you have somebody to reach back to. But you do have somebody to reach back to, even with Peace, Love, and Vans, because you got van fitters. Because I want one of those new Pro Breeze fans to replace my Max Fly that's going in, Max Air, whatever they call it. That's how mechanically I'm. She goes, well, you can install this in yourself, and I went, I'm not. Thanks, and I don't think so. But so Van Lifer said, you know what? Give us a call. We have a list of people in every state. So I think that's a good database to start with. Go ahead.
Trevor with Livermore. When I did my own electrical system.
Oh, the question was, I'm sorry, she's given us an answer.
So one of the presenters here, Livermore Camper Vans, Trevor, I'm from Georgia, so when I built my van, I was in Georgia. And I installed a Dometic, and because I did my own electrical service, and I did my whole build, Dometic, when I had an issue with my Dometic, they wouldn't deal with me.
Nope.
They wanted me to do all these videos. I jumped through a bunch of hoops, and then they told me I had to have my electrical system certified. So I went up to Trevor. He didn't charge me anything. He certified it for me. Said you did a great job. Still had to jump through more hoops, and ended up having to go to corporate. But just advocate for yourself, and they're a great source.
Yeah. So there's another source. Did you want to talk about electrical? No?
No, I don't ever want to talk about electrical again.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay, don't talk to Christy about electrical.
I just have one other suggestion.
Okay.
Oh yeah, hey, here. If you can get on the Facebook page for whatever vehicle you have as your base vehicle, everyone is posting about the problems or the mechanical issues on these pages.
For the,
and
yeah.
They're a huge resource, and they'll probably give you some, preventative maintenance options too. So.
Yeah. Good point. And yes. Oh, come on. Can you, so they can, bring the baby. Thank you.
So I was just gonna say I have another suggestion, and then I do have another question.
Okay.
So I used to be a service advisor at Chevy Cadillac.
Here's our new friend.
So when I started, I didn't know anything about cars. I got into it because I wanted to learn about cars because I was kind of tired of the same thing of like mechanics being like, oh, it needs this, this, and this, and I'm like, okay, So how I learned was honestly just getting a mechanic textbook, and I know that's like old school, but I mean it just helped me pick it up whenever, and then it's an old school way, but looking through the textbooks, there is just a lot of information in there. It was literally like a mechanic textbook that they used to study for classes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a Chilton manual for your vehicle. They have
But this one was like it wasn't just a manual. It's like the one that they use in school, like mechanic school. So it gives a lot of information on different types of cars, but I'm sure you can find one that's like specific.
Mechanical?
So, like,
It's mechanical, electrical.
Thank you, Walter. Wait, you can answer.
Yeah, and then the question that I have
Okay.
is, obviously I have a puppy. How do you keep them cool in the car? He's like, I shouldn't say
Good
puppy.
question.
He's like 8 or 9 years old now. He can only do like mile-long hikes. So if I'm doing like an AC on the van, like how much solar do I need to do that? Or is it good enough to have like 2 vent fans? Or I'm just trying to figure out the best way to keep them cool.
Good point. We're going to give that to Betty, but Zach, who happens to be part of the videography team, it's called Backstage Handbook, literally. It's an illustrated almanac of technical information. I think I'm keeping this book, son. It's telling you what corners are. It's telling you what mechanical fasteners are. It's kind of giving you, this is what I would need. Because if you tell me that I need a riveter, my brain goes, I have no clue. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. It's called Backstage Handbook. Can you buy it at Barnes and Here.
Yeah, so it's the Backstage Handbook. It's just an almanac. It has everything from climbing knots to power to resistors to ohms to
Barnes and
anything.
Noble?
Honestly, Barnes and Noble, Amazon. I think I got
Amazon!
But yeah, you can really find it anywhere pretty much. It's
Well,
probably like
thank
15,
you.
20 bucks.
So here's our girl camper friend right here. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. Betty is my pet person because she's got one, and I have another pet traveler here. So you want to go, and then I'll give it to Betty, or you got 2, and let's hear what they both have to say. Let's see if it matches.
Well, one of the reasons I bought Travato was because I didn't know anything about doing a build out, so what RV is write a book, right?
And Christy's got pets too.
So I have two dogs, and what I do is I try to go to places where it's never too hot. But I found myself on the way here in Palo Duro Canyon And at the
Oh.
bottom of the canyon, it was 110 degrees.
Yeah.
During the day, so I found a winery nearby.
Can't take her anywhere.
And we talked wine for about 2 or 3 hours, and they love the dogs, fortunately, but we still had to sleep there. So what I do is I just run my generator. I mean, it runs off gas and seems to work pretty well. I'd be in trouble if I, if it broke down or something, because I wouldn't know what to do. But I use my generator. It works great. I've got a great Travato. So far, no issues. And just try to time things and be in the cooler weather in the warmer months. But I am from Texas, so it's almost impossible to do that.
So Christy's got pets that she travels with.
Well, I don't have the pleasure of traveling with a dog. I travel with 2 old men. They are known as Virgs and Leo, and they are cats. Virgo will be more in tune to say hi to everyone, and Leo says go the hell away. So, to be fair, I'm not on the road full time. I haven't hit summer, but if I think it's going to be too hot, cats adapt a little bit more to the heat than dogs do. I would absolutely not leave my dog, which is why I don't have one. But the boys do pretty good as long as I've got the windows open across the bed and the 2 fans on. But as far as a dog, I can't help it with a dog. Cats do great. They do great.
Yeah.
I just wanted to jump back real quick to if you're out traveling as a single woman, and like my son said, he was traveling in Wyoming across the Great Basin in the middle of the night, and his van just died. He goes, what would you do? He had to get in there and make a connection with a piece of copper to connect something to make it work. He's like, could you do that? And I was like, well, hell no. But I carry a Garmin inReach Mini with me. It is a satellite communicator. It is inexpensive to use. It is, I don't know, $300-400 to buy it. It is small. It's a satellite communicator. I can go anywhere and communicate with my husband or anyone. I can text them. I can email them. I cannot call them. The new ones, you can send pictures. And they have very reasonable plans. So I would recommend getting one. I have one with me in my van that's activated so that if I'm traveling and I'm somewhere and something happens, I can get a hold of my husband. He can look up stuff and get me a number on who to contact or an email, and that way I can get help. He can contact somebody to send them to come get me, but that way I am always protected. So I just wanted to make sure
Nice
that you guys
home
know
base.
about that.
Would you repeat what that's called? There's a what? SOS button?
Yes, there's an SOS button.
It's called the Garmin.
If they come and you've
We'll get-
prepared and you're a prepared person, emergency services will not charge you. If they come and you don't have any water, you're not you'll get charged.
Okay.
So she's saying it's called a Garmin inReach Mini. And I think it's Garmin inReach Mini 2 now. And there's a button on it for SOS. So if you're like me out backpacking and you are in big trouble, you can hit that button and they will text you and communicate with you through rescue services. And if they come to help you, she said, and they find that you are prepared and have done things correctly, they won't charge you to come and help you. But if you are out unprepared, like the gentleman that I ran into from New York who decided to go out and hike up a 14er, middle of the night, his friends got split up, they got lost, disoriented, they didn't know where their car was, yeah, they would have gotten charged.
Anything on your pet? Let's
Yeah,
go.
and as far as the pet goes, as far as my dog, I travel with 2 Huskies. And I live in Nebraska, and you drive across Nebraska to go anywhere pretty much, because I always go west. I have just got my van in September. Before that, I had my car. I run the air conditioner in the car or the van as I'm traveling to keep them cool. I do try to travel when it's not hot. I always watch the weather.
Excuse me.
And if I do run into a situation where I have to stop, In my car, I have one of those automatic push start, where you can start the car and leave it running while I run in and get something. I'm going to get that in my van too, and it's I don't want it where it's your phone, because where I go you don't have cell service, and I use the little mechanical. It's like a key fob to start the car to keep it running, to keep them cool. And she got sick this time. I think she ate something dead, so that's, that happens. And I took her to the vet at Canyon City on Wednesday, and I had to carry her across the asphalt parking lot because you always want to touch the ground to see if it's too hot. If you can't touch it, they shouldn't walk on it. And of course, she peed all over me. And thank you to the washing people who washed my shirt for me. But yes, and then I take them into Home Depot. We visit Ace Hardware, all the air-conditioned buildings that I can find. And I usually go to places that are cool, try to find air conditioning, because when you travel with a pet, it's not your trip.
Yeah.
It's not about you. It's the dogs or the cats.
Thank you.
Or the bird or whatever you bring.
And we love this dog. Isn't she? And I travel with the van and don't have any pets, but I don't have solar. So those little portable vans, my girlfriend travels with her dog. She gets those that USB charge to keep air going. But go ahead. Okay. Wait a minute. Can I get to you? So, oh, thank you. Thanks, Zach. I don't know what I want to call this kid Alex for.
So for the safety piece, I don't know if any of you know about Life 360. I'm sure
Yeah.
a bunch of you got that. I have it so that my husband, because he doesn't come with me, he'll know exactly where I'm at, and it's got where you can communicate on it as well. And there is also an SOS component to that.
Thank you.
But it's really good because it's a free app, so I mean, why not, right? And that way, then, if he notices you're in the same spot and he hasn't heard from me for a few days, hopefully it's not a few days, but then he'll check in if everything's okay. As for the dogs, we have 2 cats that have driven from Florida Keys to Alaska with us, so every kind of temperature along the way. And we have I wish he was over here and he could mansplain it for me, but it's set up so that he, on his phone, he gets notified when it drops, when the temperature goes up a bit too high in the van, and he has it set so that it'll automatically hit
Turn it
the
on.
AC to turn the AC on in the van for the car.
Thank you.
Waggle?
Waggle.
Waggle, yeah. But he's got it hooked up to our AC so that it'll automatically turn on as it goes over a certain degree.
Well, thank you. And then we've got a question in the back, Zach, if you can.
I travel with mine all the time. I don't know who asked the question about having an AC. I do.
Wait till he gets to you, please.
So I don't know who asked. I do travel with mine. She's pretty hairy, and I got my van specifically for her, as dogs are the dominator. So what I do with mine is I turn.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Turn days on. I turn the back air conditioner on, Dominique, before I get to my place, and so it's got the back of the van cooled off already, and then I have the front running all the way. Then when I get there, I make sure all my window covers are on, and I do have a waggle, and it will tell you when it gets down in a dangerous spot, heating, or you can have it automatically turn on. The only thing about waggle is a subscription. It's a $50 a month subscription. And it's not one that you can really put on hold. So I don't use, it tells me the temperature in the van. I don't use it too much, but I don't leave her too long. Maybe 2 hours. But yeah. The Dominique does not cool the entire van. It only cools the back half. And then I have a battery-powered fan that I will sit on the floor. It's a Ryobi battery fan, and I'll have it blowing to the back, and she knows to lay in the back of the van.
Thank you very much. And wait.
I'm sorry?
Isn't Waggle on the Verizon network?
I don't know. I don't have Verizon.
No, I mean Waggle itself, because I think it's also not available everywhere.
No, it's a little. I have a little device that I actually bought, and I put in the ceiling of
Ceiling.
my, and it's called Waggle, and you buy a subscription.
I think it's
Yeah.
the Verizon network.
Thank you. There's a lady behind you, and then
Hi, I was wondering if you could touch on like the safety piece of things and what kind of tips you have for like staying safe on the road.
we have plenty of those. So since I'm the only one with the mic, I guess. I have one, and I'm going to pass the mic and let everybody give their choice one. I'm one of those people that I do pre-plan to make sure I know where I'm camping, or parking, except when I'm looking for BLM land. I'm in Nebraska. The word BLM means nothing to Nebraskans because we don't share our land at all. Everything's privately owned. So when I head to Colorado, but other than that, I will make sure I know where I'm going and I'll know my surroundings, have myself booked or locked in, like Love's gas stations. I can pull into a Love's, not a campsite, just the RV parking, get a shower for $15, eat a nice dinner, get up and go, and I'm safe. So my thing is I'm a pre-planner, but I'm different than everybody else. You want a safety tip? The question was the safety tips, and maybe you want to go somewhere else with it, but let's just see.
I think the next dog I get is going to be a Malinois.
Oh!
You need like 16 acres
Yeah.
for that thing.
Yeah, he's going to have to be well trained. No, just be aware of where you are. I mean, I have a little black dog, Pip, and he's the loudest dog there, and I think he's actually the best guard dog because he's going to warn you about anything that's going on, which is also a pain in the ass. But
You cannot rely on cats to save you. They do not care. They do not care. The tip I have is when I stop for fuel, I have the Ford Transit, I roll down the driver's window, I throw my keys in the seat, and I lock all the doors. Because in the Ford Transit, for whatever reason, they put the fuel right there at the driver's door. I don't know how many I've seen ripped off. Like, what was the plan there? But yes, I absolutely lock all the doors because then no one can get in the passenger side, no one can get in the sliding door, no one can get in the back. But my window is down, so I don't lock myself out. But that's my tip.
All right, so I do park on BLM land because we have that here in Colorado.
Whatever. Whatever.
Where do you park? I want to know.
We
I want to know all the places.
There's a lot of places in Colorado to park.
Because it's hot in Texas.
It is.
So when parking, I always make sure I'm facing out, right? So if I want to, hastily leave, I'm pointed in the right direction, right? So you don't have to worry about that. When I'm sleeping, I keep my fob with me so you can set the alarm off if you think something weird's going on out there. And I think that would scare, whether it be a bear or a person. I also keep pepper spray with me when I'm sleeping. I have this little basket full of things. Pepper spray is one of them. I keep that with me. And, some people carry guns, and a lot of people are not comfortable with that. I will say there's actually a vendor here that sells those non-lethal guns. I don't know if you guys, it shoots like, you can shoot like solid pellets, or tear gas or pepper spray. So that's an option for people. But I'd say the number one safety tip is to trust your gut, because your gut knows, and it just does. I don't know how that works, but it works, right? We talked about that earlier. The creepy people. I mean, it might not be a guy, it might be a creepy girl, but the creepy people. So I'd say, trust your gut. Don't feel like, why do I feel that way? I shouldn't feel that way about other people. No, just trust your gut.
Don't pull into a parking lot in a industrial area that is not very populated to stop and have lunch. Because you will likely get a guy that comes over and ask if you want to buy a knife, and then he pulls out a knife on you.
What?
You know that? because my husband drove into the parking lot to stop for lunch. I'm like, what the hell? Let's get out of here. Don't park here. And then the guy shows up with a knife. So nothing bad happened. But I stood over and reached, and I'm like, okay, I got plastic knives here. I've got one here. I'm going to protect my son and my family. But thankfully, nothing did happen. And stay away from, unlit areas. Be around people in good areas where you feel safe.
That's really
also,
good.
how many butterflies are here?
That's
Hi,
nice. Another good
butterflies.
one. Hi, butterfly ladies. We like you. So, I know I've walked in front of you 20,000 times, and I'm so sorry.
I was just wondering if anyone had any stealthily ways to dump your trash.
I'm gonna tell you this: you'll be surprised how many places you can walk in and
just dump it.
and just get a $5 coffee and say, "Hey, I don't have any. I want to be responsible. I don't have anywhere to put my little bag of trash. Do you guys mind if I use your dumpster?"
What kind of trash are we
Never
talking,
been told
first
no.
of all?
Never been told no.
Okay. Some of us don't have
Well, that
real
too,
bathroom.
that too,
Okay.
that too.
That's why I do shoes. So, thought you were going to talk safety on the final one. I was boondocking and got a knock on the door at 3 a.m. I was boondocking. It was a raccoon. How do you? I just let him knock. Whatever the heck. Did you have another question? Okay, and we'll get back. What? Okay, go ahead.
I just had a comment that the easiest thing is a can of wasp spray. It's accurate to 27 feet, and a golf club, a driving range, because you don't get close like a bat, and hit them in the side of the head.
Okay, we're. Okay, I'm going to tell you, ladies, you have to find what you're comfortable with. I will tell you there's a company called Damsel in Distress. Go look at them on their website. Whether you choose a gun, a pellet thing, a big wooden stick, a taser, you just got to know when and how to use it. That's all I'm asking you. Keep yourself safe, okay? Okay, wait a minute. I can't. I'm sorry. And I apologize. I need this lady's. Okay.
Just a couple of things to be really careful of. Make sure you're carrying something that you can put air in your tires with. If you're going to be driving around Colorado, pick up a can of. I know you don't like to put this in your tires, but pick up a can of that green slime stuff because you will get punctures in your tires from the rocks. And by the way, I'm also from Nebraska.
Okay.
It is a long ways between places sometimes, so don't assume because you have a half a tank of gas that you're going to be okay. So I'm just saying, be prepared, have air for your tires, have something you can jumpstart your own car with, know where you are, know that you have a full tank of gas, and this is something that I teach people. If it feels bad in your gut, and I'm from Nebraska, and the reason I mention that is you Nebraska ladies know that we are taught to be polite. You must be polite. No.
Not in the South.
No. Your gut feels bad. You can apologize later. Or never apologize.
Well, here's my brother's rule. I have older brothers. Hit them first and apologize later. And I'm from Nebraska. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, caravan when you can, but like we're going down to Baja next year.
Oh.
So are we.
Caravan.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Take guns, you can't take weapons.
Nope. That's why I say know where you're going and know what, especially if you're crossing the border, because no disrespect to Canada. Canada's rules are totally different than Mexico's rules that are totally different than anybody else's. So Nova Scotia, somebody had and state lines are, well. Yep.
You can ship your gun to Alaska.
Yeah, well, we not. Got to keep my kids quiet here. So. You know what? If I were you, I would suggest knowing where you're going to enter in. Get online and find out where it is. That's all I'm telling you, is because everything is totally different. And yes.
Do they, like if you're crossing Canada or one of these places, are they looking through your van? And
They could. Yes, ma'am.
They will.
They have every right to look through everything. You know, so, and be respectful. I mean, I'm sassy. I'm just letting you know now because I have older brothers, and that's the only way I survived. So if you tell me a question and I don't really want to tell you answer, I'll give you a comical one. Don't do that. That's okay. Let me see, what time do we got? 1:56. Another question. Okay.
Request. There's so many great resources that everyone has shared. Is there a way that we could put it on the PLV site, or somebody could post it? You know, because I joined it for this event on Facebook.
Okay. You know what? If we have some wonderful girl campers up here that have many resources. We'll make a list of them, and we'll just post it once, you know, like Waggle. I don't use Waggle, but that's what you want to hear. We had,
I'm the list maker.
see, yeah.
Put her in charge.
I have memory challenges that, you know, when you're pushing 70, it's kind of like, what's your name? It does get worse. Yeah, or 50 when you become a grandma. Go ahead. Yeah.
Westphalia, and I am a butterfly.
Yeah.
And I live in Colorado, so we know about BLM. But I was gonna say, I bragged how I couldn't lock myself out of my van because of that era. You have to lock everything, but have to lock the driver's side with your key. Well, I was at court site for the RTR, the WTR, and I locked myself out of my van because I had it locked and then went and locked everything else. And I was like, shit, or sugar. And it's a good idea to have a mechanism, but at the RTR it was great because there's people with mechanisms and they did it. But I always tell people, Amazon sells this little like an OtterBox that you can put your spare keys in.
Good idea.
And the magnets are so, like, you don't just pull it off. It's not going to fall off going through the rocks. But to have that spare keys, because when my girlfriend and I camp, we'd always, like, I say, if I die, here's the key, the extra keys, well, whatever. So that's $10 Amazon.
Good idea. And another thing to add to that, no matter what insurance you have, ask your agent, the person online, wherever you're buying it, they all have tow insurance, lockout. I mean, I've had to use it for my travel trailer. So they will come in and get me out of my, don't ask me how I locked myself out of my travel trailer. Just, it's a long story. I know where you live. So always use the resources that you already have at hand. Huge thank you to these lovely girl camper ladies. I just appreciate every bit of it. And huge thank you to all of you. And another huge thank you to Peace, Love, and Vans. I mean, we were in Florida, had a great time, met some great people. We've met some wonderful people here. You're part of our family. When I say that, that means if I knock on your door, I expect a place to park my van and camp, right? Isn't that, that's how that works, right? So thank you very much.